Slaying like the pros. Obviously, none of us, nobody can slay on the map better than Call of Duty pros. They are dominant at creating map position, pushing out, pressing the opposing team. This is going to be some of the best Call of Duty that you're ever going to see. I think there's some insane tips and some incredible value in this for us as players and how we can learn. And FaZe puts on a world-class slaying performance here. So without further ado, let's get right into this one. Let's go. So per usual, we're gonna be going through these clips. I'll start rolling them, then we'll pause it at points and talk about specific things inside. So in this first clip, what we're going to be seeing is actually an example from the Mutineers about how to break hardpoint hills and how the individuals have to play off their teammates, play with their teammates to win these gunfights and break the hills. And so we'll start rolling this thing, pay attention to their positioning and their coordination with the attacks and how they piece this together. We'll pause it in the middle. Let's go.
So are you saying the Skyz is like completely letting the organization down?
The sky is an important part of anyone who's out at sea. You know, you can see where you're going based on constellations and whatnot, and cloud patterns and all sorts. But hey, there's plenty in here. There's plenty of nautical themed jokes.
All right, so we'll pause it right there for a second. So what you were seeing is Neptune's patience there. Really a veteran play from a guy who's playing in his first map of his whole pro career in Call of Duty. Obviously a veteran in Halo, a beast, but Neptune does a great job of playing here and waiting, and then you're gonna see Awakening come through the front side. They're gonna pinch this together, and that collapse is what ends up opening up this push into towards the hill. And again, that's just great communication and coordination and mini-map awareness from Neptune and from Awakening to push inside of bricks together like this. So let's continue to roll this and see how they play off of each other right here, heading into bricks.
All season long.
Well, they're not audible from the deep, from the back, whatever it's going to be. Neptune able to find one, gets the opening, able to kill Arcitys as well, or he doesn't need to because Awakening is there. This was a hill that the only time we've seen it today on Garrison was nothing but full 60s. This is an instantaneous break coming in from the Florida Mutineers. That is as clinical as you're going to get.
So there you go. You heard it there. This hill's been so hard to break, and the team play from the Mutineers there and how patient Neptune and Awakening were was the key to breaking this hill. And that's something that so many amateur players, you know, very, very few would be that patient in how they play on the backside like Neptune was there, waiting for their team, waiting for the position to work out so they can collapse together. And that was just an awesome break for the Mutineers and gave them an early lead in this match. So now rolling right off of that hill, we're gonna see how FaZe sets up here on P2. Again, we're gonna get into the incredible slaying stuff here in just a second, but this is such good team play from FaZe and how they organize themselves on this hill. The timing wasn't totally perfect because they're gonna give up a few seconds of hill times that they shouldn't have, but overall the map control that they're able to establish here is really, really impressive because basically those guys who are pushed out towards the middle of the map can die, spawn up, and then again be towards the hill by the time the opposing team even gets to the hill themselves. So that type of buffer that you give yourself and your team and the intel that you give your team from having that sort of map control is so valuable, and you're gonna see that here from FaZe. So let's check it out. I'll probably pause it in the middle again. Let's go.
A brand new title. Hardpoint wide open, no one quite on it. Again, FaZe playing more for map control right now, and they've got to deal with a lot. Because here come the Mutineers right through mid-map. They're punching now through the vents room. Simp, first up, takes care of Neptune. He's got a lot more to deal with though, so I hope he can get that health back up.
So we'll pause it there for a second. You see Simp went down there by secret, and again, still spawns up and is able to get back toward the hill here in a second to fight for the hill control. That's why you have the map control like FaZe does. And then Cellium is the X factor sitting in top green. The setup is really good. Cellium plays this really patiently, and it gives them so much intel to lock down one whole side of the map and allow them to focus their efforts on tools and on front 10 right there, just pushing in towards the hill. Really awesome stuff from FaZe, and we'll just watch out the rest of it real quick here. Let's check it out.
Fight and fit ASAP. The teammates are showing up. It's going to be that AR of Arcitys helping him keep things going, and Simp right through that wood, through that metal wall, just cuts down Slacked. Doesn't let Skyz get away without a couple of bullets in his backside, and with that, Atlanta FaZe still holding on to the hard point.
Boom, there you go. Florida decides, all right, it's not worth it anymore. We're gonna let them have that time. So they give up the rest of that time. FaZe is now climbed all the way back into this thing, and we have ourselves a good hardpoint match going into this next clip. So now, going into this next clip, we're gonna have to go in slow motion because Cellium is literally working here in like super nuclear speeds, okay? So this isn't a crazy clip. We're gonna be slowing it down. I might go step by step with you here in like a little bit of like a slow-mo and talk about it. So first we'll just play the clip in its full-on super speeds, and then we'll slow it down to figure out what's going through Cellium's mind and what we can pick from it. So let's check it out.
FaZe able to possibly take the lead here, but the pressure still on its way from the Florida Mutineers. Slack from down low, big wake from up top, able to get something. Slack wins a big fight there against Simp. Cellium from up high, beautiful transition on the second. Skyz goes down as well. Cellium making these kind of kills look easy, but that is disgusting.
So Miles was right, that was disgusting, but we gotta slow this thing down to figure out what Cellium was intaking here and why it's even more impressive when you slow it down. So what you're seeing here, look at the bottom left corner. You're gonna see that Arcitys is pushing out towards lights, and Cellium is gonna hear the call out that he goes down. So Arcitys dies right there. So he turns around for a second, but what happens is that he then hears that AbeZy is in a gunfight top green. So he turns around to help AbeZy in the gunfight top green, get some hit markers on him. AbeZy finds the kill. Then gets the call out that Slacked killed Simp inside the hill. So he turns to help AbeZy kill Slacked near the hill. And then immediately he reacts to the call out from a few seconds ago that Arcitys was in lights. And so he expects the pressure from the backside because the pros are going to try to trade out Cellium. So he's already thinking like 3 steps in advance. So he jumps out, anticipates the anticipation, basically finds the kill, and then immediately is turning around because of a call out from AbeZy about Skyz inside the hill. So the reaction time and the mental processing from Cellium is absolutely insane. And this type of mental processing is something that I think everybody needs to continue to practice and really put a lot of effort towards trying to get to a goal like that, where you can remember a call out from 5 or 6 seconds ago or 8 seconds ago with a lot happening at once, and then reacting to that call out immediately after you finish the other few tasks that you're doing, like what Cellium did right there. It's a crazy play, underrated play, but there's so much going on there and shows the inherent talent that Cellium has and the inherent upside that FaZe has as a team when they're doing stuff like that. So now we're finally in to the slaying from FaZe. So this is beautiful, man. FaZe was down by over 60 points at a point in this game. I think at the beginning of the clip, you're gonna see them down by over 50. And FaZe is trying to bring this thing back, and they link together incredible amounts of slaying. So what we gotta pay attention to is so many small things in here. I mean, you're gonna notice their setup, you're gonna notice Simp's gun skill, and then you're gonna notice how so many of these guys, Simp and AbeZy specifically, are playing off of each other, and Cellium are playing off of each other to push up the map, create map control, and pin the Mutineers at the back of the spawn, creating so much buffer space for them on these hills. Let's roll the clip, check it out, and I'll pause in between. My goodness, this is nice.
Difference no. Simp once again, another big 1v1. The individual prowess of Atlanta FaZe keeping them on this hard point for now, but Owakening in from behind. Timing on the pinch now could be great. Got to coordinate this with Skyz, and there's the opportunity for a break here. Owakening making all the noise in the world. Skyz now straight on the point, doesn't look to the right, and it's going to be Simp. And you don't kill Simp, that's a problem. If you don't kill Simp, he's going to stay alive and just keep applying this pressure. Even when he's so tagged up, Simp is still dangerous. You back him into the corner, and the fangs and claws really start to come out.
Okay, we got to pause there. Again, that moment goes a little bit underrated just because they switched to Simp just a second late. But for him to find that kill inside the hill and then be able to stay his life and play his life there while him and AbeZy are creating pressure at the back. He's even throwing the nade. They are putting so much pressure on the Mutineers at this point, and this is where the spawn trap and the slaying begins for FaZe. A crazy like 25-30 seconds straight. So again, check out FaZe's setup here and what really allows them to do this. They're anchoring the spawns with Arcitys on bridge, and then Cellium, AbeZy, and Simp don't ever push out past bricks or past the garage entrance, which ensures that the Mutineers still spawn at the back, way back behind tanks, and it gives FaZe such an advantage. So let's check out these next few seconds. Let's go.
There you see the entirety of the Mutineers roster backed in there, way on the left-hand side of the map. This is going to be a difficult break for them.
And you still have Cellium, I'm pretty sure, around this like crate area, going for some kills. He wins his one on Neptune, and he's able to stay alive. And this just means they're going to get trapped. You are constantly going to be spawning out towards the back tank.
So another pause here, another example of instincts from Simp and how he plays off of his teammates here. So you see how Arcitys is set up on the bridge here and how he just got that kill. And actually we'll rewind it just a second here so you can see this. But Simp is waiting in the corner because he's kind of pinned down in that left corner because of the guys who are sitting on barrels. But Arcitys is helping him there. They're probably communicating about that, about how Simp can get out of that corner. An amateur player would probably peek something, he would die, but Simp's the one sitting in hill, getting that time, while Cellium and AbeZy are slaying out inside bricks. And you see that AbeZy just got that kill as well. And so what happens is that Arcitys gets the kill on Awakening, and then Arcitys communicates that Simp can now push out towards bricks and help AbeZy inside bricks, slaying out, while then Cellium is on the rotation for the new hill. And so this combination of slaying power here and their ability to communicate is what sets up for their hold for the next basically 50 seconds to give them the dub. So let's check it out and just pay attention to how Simp and AbeZy are playing off of each other, their movement, their repositioning, and how they get a kill, then they're going to reposition. I'm giving it all away, but check it out. Let's roll it. This is some world-class Call of Duty from FaZe and why they are so good. Let's go.
Every death you have at the end is gonna punish you on this spawns. Everyone from Florida gonna be tucked so far away on the left side of the map. They're still in a good spot, 32 points, and they can still win the game, but just look at the map control that FaZe has. 2 players pushed out to bricks and top green. The other 2 in the hill, I mean, you have what? Cellium inside. He's thinking spawns are gonna flip, but no, Florida is still just stuck that far back in the map, and AbeZy's taken down 2 with them. The game has turned on its head.
And this chance could be it. I mean, right now, they're still holding point. Cell looking over lights. Arcitys finds the top 2 from Cat there, and that Cellium takes care of Skyz. AbeZy's on slack. They are in their way through the Florida Mutineers right now. The wind has certainly left their sails in the wrong direction, and this is going to be a tough one. 10 now for the win. All FaZe have to do is hold on. Ample time to get it done. A couple of nice kills, but there's no one close in the contest. Run! Run, Florida! Get onto the point! No way can they contest it as FaZe. It's a firing squad, and they cut them down.
My goodness, man. That is some good Call of Duty. They even made a mistake there where Cellium thought that the spawns were going to flip, but they didn't, which almost costed them for a second. But Arcitys AR in hand, and then Simp and AbeZy just slaying out in front of the hill overall. Oh my word. There's the upside that FaZe has. The crazy thing is that the Mutineers end up winning this series in game 5, but inside this Garrison hardpoint, FaZe looked scary. Really hard to beat. Probably the best sequence of Call of Duty we saw the whole weekend out of any team. I mean, again, it shows the upside that FaZe has right up there with the best of them, Empire, OpTic, FaZe, with how they play. But again, the Mutineers, they played some really good Call of Duty in this series specifically, and then ended up winning the series. Specifically on Crossroads, they played incredible, dominated FaZe, but this was some awesome COD, and I hope you guys learned something. If you guys did, like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you guys really enjoyed it. But as always, guys, I'm your boy, Savage Elite, and we will see you next time. I'm out.